Mondo cool. That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
Three Dirty Dwarves is a 2D side-scrolling action game for the Sega Saturn. Being a 2D game, it looks absolutely phenomenal on the Sega Saturn, as that thing was a beast when it came to 2D games. Now, what really impresses me about this game is the sense of humor, style, and art direction. The plot centers on three dirty dwarves which were summoned out of a D&D-styled tabletop role-playing game by super genius children that are working for the Pentagon, and the three dirty dwarves are summoned to the real world to rescue these children. Makes absolutely no sense. The opening cutscene for this game is absolutely priceless. It's beautifully animated, it's hilarious, it's wonderful. I have a link to the opening animation in the information below. You have to check it out, you owe it to yourself. Now, in this game, you take control of the titular three dirty dwarves. You use the shoulder buttons to alternate between the three dwarves, and you go to the right and you beat up everything in your path. There are, I believe, 10-sided dice. I could be wrong on the actual, maybe it's a D12 that you pick up for a power-up. So when you pick up one of those multiple-sided dice, it will give you three little burning skull things, which will allow you to do one super move where all three of your dwarves combine and let off a powerful attack, which changes depending on which dwarf you are playing as at that time. Or there is a medium-powered attack, which is unique to each dwarf, and then a small but still special attack, which uses one of those little burning skull things. Each character plays very differently. My preferred dwarf is the one that uses the shotgun. There's also one that has a baseball bat and an infinite supply of baseballs, so he has a ranged attack, but it's kind of slow and weak. And then there is the powerful ranged attack user, the guy with the bowling balls and bowling pins. Whenever one of your dwarves gets attacked, he is out of commission until you run up to him and slap him in the head and he gets back up. So there's no real health system, but if all three of your dwarves are taken out, it's game over and you gotta restart the level. So I like that if you are in a tough spot, you still have a chance to wake up one of the other dwarves and keep on trucking. Now, when I mentioned the sense of humor, I specifically meant that the enemies are amazing in this game. One of the early bosses that you fight is an actual gym. The steroid freaks inside of the gym stick their feet out through the foundation of the building and starts hopping around, and there are arms throwing dumbbells and jugs of protein powder at you. You've got to maneuver around this building that's hopping all over the place, and all the while managing to attack it. It's a very imaginative game, and this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Sega. It's because they have quirky titles like this, and this is one of my all-time favorite Sega Saturn games. I would say it's an absolute must-own. Everybody should give this game a shot. If you like quirky games, you're probably going to like this. The gameplay is solid. Now, depending on the difficulty setting that you use, it adds more stages to the game. So the easiest setting, you will play through the least amount of stages, the medium setting, a couple more stages, and the hardest difficulty setting, you have to play all of the stages. So I would say definitely go through this game a couple of times and work your way up to the hard difficulty so that you see all of the different stages, because there's a lot of quirky and fun things hidden throughout this game that are definitely worth seeing. Highly recommended game. Check it out. If you're an owner of Sega Saturn, you owe it to yourself to give this game a shot.